Hey, Chakra King. Hey, Shell Whitville. Hey, Karma Bunny. Hey, Full Circle Essentials. Hey, Allegedly. iPhone user. Hey, Tara Beverly. Hey. Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining me on this Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. Would y'all mind hitting the button as you come in the door? I greatly appreciate it. Hey, Demetrius. Hey, Black Beauty. Hey, Jay Parrish. Thank y'all so much for joining me on Labor Day. I know some people are getting ready to have their Labor Day events. Hey Houston Bread, how you doing? But I'm not even doing a cookout this year because the COVID is running rampant in my state. And I find it very interesting how the Delta variant is running rampant in pro-Trump states. But those are conversations for other days. Hey Angela, hey Renee Patterson, y'all please excuse my voice. I lost my voice last night. I was laughing so hard at these kids. These grown folks that lost their mind. They all in the field trying to teach these kids how to drive. I was getting my whole life, right? So it was crazy. So I lost my voice. But I'm gonna try to child, going to get this video done. Hey Royal Court, Catiglia, Trey, how y'all doing? So anyway, hey, Renee Patterson, how you doing? And happy Labor Day once again, everybody. Once again, please hit the like button on your way in the door. So I wanted to talk real fast because after I came in the house last night, I was so wound up. So I came on YouTube, of course. And I was listening to a video over there on Pizarro's channel, Mrs. Conspiracy Theory. Y'all know who I'm talking about, right? So Pizarro has been having some really lit Thunderdome type, panels, here for the past couple of days. And y'all know I love me a good Hey Gender Best, a good Thunderdome type, chat. I don't mind it. I'm here for it. I did a couple of Thunderdome panels myself until they started getting out of hand. People wanting to start sharing the screen and putting all this and all that kind of what they were calling receipts, AJ Truth on the. So I just stopped it, right? In case y'all didn't know why I stopped the Thunderdome, it's only so much I can do, right? And so anyway, like I said, I was listening to Pizarro's the past couple of days. She's been having some good ones. People had been having issues with that chick over there, the white woman. What is her name? Nina. And having stuff like that, right? Uh, the night before last, I saw Nika put Nina in her place on Pizarro's channel. And hey Choreo Lover, you can't tell you can't tell somebody how to fight. And oh yes, I forgot about the Thunderdome weekend. And the girl was pregnant. Yeah, I had to stop it. Oh hey April, I'm glad you're here. So anyway, I was listening to the thing last night, right? And before I get to what I want to talk about, is what I want to talk about is on site April and her calling what is the girl? Hey Jennifer and calling the girl, monkeys, right? So, like I said, I never try to tell somebody how to fight, and y'all know that I will. I always love to take some things and turn them into teachable moments, right? So let me explain the title. The title says Manic Meltdown and Monkeys, right? What I meant by Manic Meltdowns is for a couple of days and for a couple of panels, we have been seeing Shush Trish just like lose her mind, right? Hey, Hypnotic Touch, she been going off on everybody. She overtalks people. When Nika and Nina was, hey, Sheba Pisces, when Nika and Nina was into it, she kept, just saying out just weird stuff, right? Just real, I don't know if she on meds, if she ain't on meds, she need to take meds. She's clearly easily triggered. I mean, she up there acting a fool, right? A stone cold fool. And it's not cute. I don't know if she twerking for attention. I don't know if she lonely. But Trish, if you listen to this girl, you are doing way too much, right? Like I said, I don't know if you're having some kind of mental breakdown, or what you're doing. But like I said, I love a beef back and forth. Shoot, I love a good argument. That is how people relate. That is how we yeah, I just explained why I say on horse. Yeah, I was laughing at them kids last night, right? And so and so but Trisha's just out of line, girl. You don't went too far, you don't did too much. You need to pull yourself back together, right? Like you really do. Like I said, who is she grieving over? I didn't know she was grieving, but just like you can't tell nobody how to grieve, or you can't tell nobody how to fight, right? So I'm cool with that, you know. But when it comes to this Nina chick and all of those Anglo interlopers that be in Pizarro's chat, you know what I mean? And I never would I, and don't think I'm saying nothing about the woman's chat or her content or her comment section or her subscribers or anything. The issue that I had last night in particular was not only Trish, you know, because she sounded like a whole fool and she need to get herself together, right? And hey Clyde. And you know, like I said, she having a whole manic meltdown. There's something mental going on with her, in my opinion. You know, and I hope she don't act like that, you know, on a daily basis offline because baby, it's way too much. Like if you off your meds, you need to get back on them. You know, the sister then passed, her passing maybe a few. Oh, her sister might have passed a month ago. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. If you listen to this, Trish, my condolences. But girl, girl, I mean, you was up there threatening people with firearms. And do you know that when you do something like that on somebody's panel, those are considered terroristic threats, and you can really have a person lose their channel, like that, you know. And if the threats get too bad, you know, people can report you. You know, people have gone to jail for the stuff that you were saying. They were talking about firearms. They was talking about this, that, and the other. Like I said, I love a good little Thunderdome battle, you know, and I don't mind hollering and screaming. But what I won't allow on my channel is for somebody to go that far. Because when you start shouting off terroristic threats, then that means you putting my channel in jeopardy, and that's what I'm not going to do. Right? Yeah, it sounds like a mental break, right? And so yeah, it was too much. That I want to mention that about Trish before I got started on the monkey comment. And like I say, and hey everybody, if I don't mention your name, hey. So they're up on the panel and they're arguing. And if on-site April is still in the chat, she can come up here and explain the details. But I had an issue with on-site April when she started calling her monkey, 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 you know, all this and all that there. And the reason why I had an issue with it, not really an issue, but I think that sometimes, and the reason why I want to use this as a teaching tool is because sometimes, because we don't, a lot of black people don't know their history, you know, and how they were treated in this country. You know, you can fall into, you know, the same stereotypical words that, you know, non-black people say about black people. Those are some of the things that you will say, right? And so I didn't think it was cute, you know. And there's a lot of things that you can call this woman. And then not only on site, the other chick that was up there, she started talking about, you know, Trish and her dark skin, you know. And we know that we already have enough colorism issues in this community anyway. I think dark skin is beautiful, but that's just me. um J. True said Trish normally screams and talks over people, Miss Olivia, and then she'll call you people idiots. Well, she, like I said, that woman, she appears to be mentally ill, you know, and you know, and it's not. I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm just saying I didn't like the word monkey. I know how Trish is. I just did a whole 10, 15 minutes about, well, at least 10 few minutes about the way that she's acting and she's having a whole manic meltdown, but it's beyond that for me. Okay, I didn't like in front of all of those Anglo trolls down there when on site kept calling her, you know, monkey, 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 and she did call. And I don't know if on site felt well about it or not, but she did call. She called on site April a dog first, right? But for me, um, yeah, animals in general, right? But for me, because of all of that Nina and all those other Anglo trolls, they was getting their whole life in the chat, right? Because of the monkey comment. I'm finna drop the link. I'm finna drop it right now. Let me do that right now. And so anyway, After I heard all of that, right, and all that screaming Trish was doing, like I said, I love a good rumble, but baby, girl, it was too much. It's too much in general, Trish. But that monkey comment really got to me, because I do know what the stereotypical connotations and what non-black people try to imply when they call black people monkey, right? And I realized that, and because I realized that, it hit different for me. Even though she called her a dog first, you know what I mean? The monkey thing is it's a history behind the monkey thing, right? Um. So anyway, after I heard that, I went and found a. If you guys will look at my, and I'm going to drop the link on site. If you go look at my if you go look at my community wall, I posted a video of a documentary on the history of the human zoo, right? In case you guys have never heard of human zoos, they used to exhibit at one point in time in the early 1900s. They actually went to Africa, got Africans out of Africa, and put them on exhibits, like they were not even human beings. And one of the way that they exhibited these Africans, is they used to put them in zoos. So in 1905, there was a monkey zoo. There was a monkey exhibit in the Bronx Zoo, the Bronx, New York Zoo, and instead of monkeys being in the cage, well, there was monkeys in the cage. Um, I'm glad you said that. See, let me get to the flying monkey thing, okay? So stay there, because this is how people are very ignorant. This is how I know you are ignorant about a whole lot of stuff, right? So anyway, I put that documentary on my wall if you guys want to check it out. It's very interesting history when it comes to the word monkey. Yeah, racial tropes, references to monkey and all this and all that, right? So like I said, in 1905, there was a man, a African pygmy, and his name was Otabango, and they took him from Africa, and they put him on display in the hey seven in the Bronx Zoo, right, with monkeys, right, and let me show y'all his picture, and so and they also did experiments on him, right, and this is a hidden history, not a lot of people know about it, and so, but me knowing that, and hearing that word monkey, now here's the man. His name was Otabango, and they put him in behind the cage with monkeys and put him on exhibit um in the Bronx Zoo in 1905, right? So this man. They shaved his teeth down. They threw like raw meat and bones and stuff in the cage. Um yeah, they not only did it in America, they did it in a whole lot of other countries too. They did it in a whole human zoos. They would put women in these exhibits and make them walk around naked. They were fascinated with the black woman's butt. I'm sure we all heard of the Sarah Bartman, J. Bartman, what they call it, Venus Hottentot. They put black women, they were naked behind these cages. They would have their children in their hands naked, and they were fascinated with the black woman's body, even back then. And they would show off their buttocks and all of this and all of that, right? Because we know black women, white women, a lot of the times, they have bodies of 11-year-old boys, right? That's just a fact, right? So these exhibits were called human zoos, and this man out of Bango, he was put, like I said, in the Bronx Zoo on exhibit, right? And so, let me show you another picture of him. And not only him, prior to that, they went and got 8 little black boys. The one on the end, the shortest one, is out of Bango, right here I guess to your right, or to your left, or however you're looking at the screen. And he was a pygmy, right? Now, pygmy tribes in Africa, they are, somebody's calling my phone. They are. If y'all can still hear me, if y'all can still hear me, hit the one. I hate when they call me and I'm online. That bothers me. But anyway, um, Adabango was from the Pygmy tribe in Africa. The Pygmies I guess they would be considered in this day and age kind of like midgets and stuff. Thanks for letting me know that you can hear me. But they were that was the size of all of them, right? It's been said that they were cannibals and all of this and all that, but they were not cannibals, which is why they shaved Adabango's teeth down in the exhibit and put through bones and raw meat in there to make it seem like he was just this animal, this humanized version of the animal, right? Eating flesh and all this and all that, right? That was for the exhibit, right? And so anyway, but there were 8 more boys. Um, and like I said before, Adabango, before the exhibit, there was a World's Fair, in the latter 1800s, and they brought a lot of indigenous peoples to this World Fair, and they put a lot of indigenous peoples on exhibit at this World's Fair. Not only Africans, not only several people from different African tribes, not only African women. They had Indians, what they call them First Nation people now, and a whole lot of indigenous Australians. They had a whole lot of indigenous people, and they actually put these human people on exhibit, right? Like they were listed human. And we know even today, we are considered the United States of America in the Constitution. Um, we are still considered 3/5 of a human being, right? So I just want to give you guys some context. Let me show you another one. And then those are a few of the boys. These were the boys. Also in another phone when they were in the motherland. That's how they looked right there. Um, Here is a actual newspaper article from the New York Times or the New York Post or something like that, and they're talking about and I can only show a little bit, only would pop up, but the article states an African pygmy. This is an actual article from back then about Adabango. A genuine African pygmy, right, belonging to the Subris, commonly called the dwarfs, and they're talking about the pygmy tribe. Is now an exhibition every afternoon at the Bronx Zoological Park in New York. His name is Adabanga, and he can be seen during his working hours at the primate's house, working with the chimpanzees and the orangutans, and I can't read the rest of it, right? So that's an actual article. Here's another article, and it says a pygmy officially viewed or view or something like that. How Adabango impressed one of the controllers and examiners, and it's just talking about. It says one of the examiners of the controller's staff. They're talking about the zoo staff, right? Um, Zoo staff was sent to investigate Adabango, the pygmy, on exhibition in the Bronx Zoological Gardens yesterday. Controller Metz had heard that the keepers in the park were taking tips from the visitors and permitting them to enter. They were permitting people to enter the cage, and they were treating Otabanga, like he was an animal, like he was touching, they was touching him and poking him and prodding him like he wasn't even a human being, right? So that's what that article was talking about, right? So I just wanted to give you a brief little history when it comes to the human zoo, and what it means when they call black people monkeys. Now we know that they have forever done experiments on us. During World War II, Hitler, not even before Hitler, King Leopold abducted several Congolese people, had them put on ships, in crates, put on ships, and taken to places um like um Ireland. And so when you hear the term, and they experimented on these Africans, right? So when you hear the term, just a little bit, just a little side information. When you hear the term Black Irish, there really are Black Irish people, okay? Really are Black Irish people. And the reason why they are Black Irish people is because these Africans that were stolen from the Congo because of King Leopold, and King Leopold actually partook in the first not genocide, but the first Holocaust. Our African ancestors were a part of the world's largest Holocaust. It was the Jewish Holocaust. It's not the largest Holocaust ever known to man. It is the African Holocaust. It is because of King Leopold, right? And but a lot of people don't want to talk about that either, right? And so anyway, they were shipped to many countries. One of those countries was Ireland, and that's how you got Black Irish people, because those Irish people, started, I don't know if they were just, I don't know. You got They started intermingling with the Africans, right? And we know how it went here, in this country, and I'm thinking it probably went like that over there too, but there are really are Black Irish people. But anyway, uh, so that's kind of why I did put that documentary on the wall, because a lot of people don't know, what it means when you call a Black person monkey, right? And they was getting their whole life in preserve them Anglo interlopers, like Nina and all of them. Hey, Cloud, they were getting their whole life in that chat last night, and I thought it was very. And like I said, I would never tell somebody how to run a chat or how to fight, but I got a right to comment on it, right? Whether you like it or not. It just is what it is. But that's why I put the documentary on there. So on site, she saw the post that I put up, because I added her and I said you might need to take a look at this documentary, because I don't know if she knew the history of when it what it means to call a Black person monkey or not. You know what I mean? But she said she know the history. That's fine. She said she was just making a joke. You know what I mean? But here's a couple of screenshots from the chat. They putting apes and bananas in the chat. Some people were saying, asking Pizarro to stop it. Because they know the racial connotations or whatever. But then some people, I guess the Anglo interlopers, was getting their whole life, and they was putting this stuff like this in the chat. Here's another screenshot of something like that, and we see some people. Some people, didn't mind. A lot of Black people, like Ronnie Q, thought it was funny. And here's one more. You got people saying, stop with the monkey comments, and then, like I said, you got the non-Black trolls, whatever. I found this comment on point from somebody named Boo Boo Lover. Says the thing is, a racist will say those exact words to April. I'm just saying, and he is absolutely right. About that. A racist will call April a monkey. Just like April was calling Trish crazy butt a monkey, right? And a lot of people, didn't like. Some people didn't mind. Some people didn't care one way or the other. Some people minded, what was going on. Some people didn't mind. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm one of the peoples that didn't appreciate it. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to yeah, I just want to let you guys know what was going on with that, and the reason why I chose to use it as a teachable moment. So under that, the post that I put, April commented under the post, and she said what she said, and she said she didn't want nobody, and I told her that I was gonna go live shortly, and she was like, hey, Cloud. Said, yes, Auntie. This drives me absolutely crazy how desensitized. She said, April and Trish are both highly melanated women. What makes Trish a monkey? Well, she said she was just, making a joke. I hope she's still in here, because I'm getting ready to drop the link, but I had to articulate my stance on why I put that documentary on my community wall and why I didn't appreciate it, right? And so she said, she didn't want nobody to think we was beefing, and we not beefing. This is just, like I said, I use this as a teachable moment. I didn't appreciate it in particular because of Nina and all them other Anglo trolls over there. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's just my commentary. It don't mean I have to be beefing with somebody. Um, just cause I'm making a comment. Everybody comment. And just cause you don't like it, it don't mean we beefing, right? So anyway, and I told her I was gonna go live, and I explained to her that when you call somebody a monkey, it hit different, right? So she also mentioned in that comment, um, that I use the term I call club chat And I not only club chat, I've called many people flying monkeys. Now, the term flying monkey, I think somebody was explaining it earlier in the chat. The term flying monkey is a psych term, is a psychological term. Okay, it's a term they use in psychology. And what that term means, what the term flying monkey means, they're not actually talking about monkeys. They're actually, have y'all ever seen The Wizard of Oz? If you've seen The Wizard of Oz, you know that there's a Glinda the Good Witch and there's the Bad Witch. And that the Bad Witch has these little flying monkeys running around doing her dirty work, right? So, and when I say it's a psych term, of what a flying monkey is a person or people that go around doing dirty work for narcissists, right? A narcissist will get you to do their dirty work, and they'll sit back and watch, so they won't be implicated in the dirty work. We're seeing it going on right now with all the stuff going on with Sean Bradley. He used his flying monkeys to follow Rita and whatever else, right? And so now Rita got paperwork on not only Sean Bradley, but some other flying monkeys that was doing his dirty work for him. That is a perfect example of a narcissist using his flying monkeys to do his dirty work. So when you hear me say, or y'all, the B6, I don't know who this is. So when you hear me using the term flying monkey, I'm not calling a black person or any person a monkey. I'm using a psych term for a person that does the dirty work for the narcissist. Do you see what I'm saying? People like to say little ignorant stuff like that, think they're getting to somebody, right? I explained this a long time ago. Now you need to Google it and educate yourself so you won't sound stupid as fuck. Okay? That's what I mean by that. All right? Don't ever try to call me out on some bullshit I done said. All right? That's not a good thing. Because I know what the fuck I be saying. Pretty much. All right? And like I said, I don't mind a good rumble, but it was a monkey turn for me at the end of the day. And ain't nobody beefing. But just like everybody else got a right to their commentary, I got a right to mine. And if I don't like it, I just don't fucking like it. It is what it is. I mean, what? I don't know whatever else to say. Now, April, can you drop down and let me know if you're still in the chat or not? But I really want to have this discussion because, like I said, I want to use this as a teachable moment. Because a lot of black people don't even know that there's a lot of hidden history out there. And they want to whitewash all the bad stuff that was done to our people. Did you see what I'm saying? And I don't think it's cool when you turn around because you don't know your history. Um, you know, then you turn around and you got all these people in the chat down there, and they feeding it. They getting their whole life putting little monkey things down there with the little bananas and all of this and all that. We done seen a whole lot of Anglo trolls. I don't know about y'all, but there have been a whole lot of Anglo interlopers coming down in my chat because they don't like what I say, about them. Because I don't hold no punches. I don't even care. You ain't special to me. All right? Just cause cause some people, some black people are afraid to say anything to these people, even online, don't matter to me who you are. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. It just is what it is, right? And so, it just I don't, and then all that rah rah that they was doing over there, last night, that Nina chick, she been disrespecting, and she's very condescending to a whole lot of people on Pizarro's panel. And it's like they be giving her a lot of light work. They don't know how to handle that white woman. I don't know if it's because of brainwashing or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? But Nika finally stood up to her. And I know she ain't nothing but a bunch of trailer park trash. All of them are. All those Anglo interlopers, they ain't nothing but trailer park trash. And I am not impressed. That's why they don't come over here and they don't do me like that, because I'm going to cuss them out just like I cuss whoever in the hell else I want to cuss out if I want to. Because you're not special to me. I'm not brainwashed. I don't pull no punches for nobody. I don't care if you black, white, blue, or green, and it is what the freak it is. All right? But they was getting their whole life. I even seen that Nina chick in a chat last night talking about something. This is anti-blackness. Well, bitch, you ought to know it. You would know it. Because, bitch, you say the same shit. You say the same type of anti-black rhetoric. Okay? Like, what you mean? So yeah, the whole thing was just very distasteful and very disheartening to me. I probably done talked so long. Oh, let me try to hold on, I'm gonna try to drop this link. I hope on site to come back through here because I really just had to explain to y'all why I had an issue with that one thing in particular. And like I said, I love me a good rumble. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with it because that's how we communicate with one another. But sometimes, especially in the presence of those Anglo interlopers, it might not be a good look. And that's all I was trying to say, as well as me trying to use it as a teachable moment. um, yeah, no, she didn't mean no harm. She said the girl called her, a dog, which she did call her a dog. Do you see what I'm saying? And she said she was just joking, which is cool. And she later went on and tried to, defend Trish actually, against the other girl that was from the black sector. Trish going off on that. I saw Pizarro's moderator, BL. She went in there and tried to calm it down, you know, uh, uh, um, and then the girl, what is her name? Trish, she even turned on BL, and BL was trying to help her. Like I said, she having a whole manic meltdown, and that is the reason why the title is what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, I probably talked so long. As April said she was going somewhere. I really want her to click the link so we can have this conversation. She might be gone now. She was there a minute ago. And but yeah, y'all, that's what you know, Seven says, we talk to each other on ways that we can understand. And it's not right, and it's not always polite. And we do talk to each other that way because, especially amongst, say you at the cookout, right? We all black people at the cookout. We gonna talk the way that we talk to each other at the cookout in a way that we may not talk to each other in a different type of setting where there are non-black people. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, and I would never talk to my people the way that I talk to them in an all black setting, as opposed to online here, right here. I'm not doing certain things because, especially in the presence of a whole bunch of Anglo interlopers. Okay. And so, and that's just how I feel about it. That's just me. And so, but like I said, everybody been going at that Nina chick for a while. Well, they've been complaining about the Nina chick, but there are not a lot of people really going at her. Now, I heard like the night before last, she just totally disrespected Nika. Y'all know me and Nika done been into it or whatever. At one time we was cool, but for her to try to throw that woman's for her to try to no, I'm not saying ass April is on site April, sorry. I'm not saying on site April is anti-black at all. You know what I mean? She said she was joking. She was fighting back. She said the girl called her a dog first, which she did. And she also told me, y'all can go read the comment under that video. Was she not apologizing? I wasn't asking her to apologize. I just wanted to share the history of what it means to call a black person a monkey. Okay? And I forgot what something else I was going to say. But yeah, it says yep, that is among us, not with mixed company. Yeah, you're right about that. You know what I mean? And that's the same way that they do. They talk amongst themselves in certain ways that they wouldn't talk around us. Okay, and we all know that. Ain't no telling what all they be calling us when they're talking amongst themselves. You know, and so yeah, and we know that we have a lot of people, online in this sect all over YouTube that are too online and offline, should I say, that are too accepting sometime of these Anglo interlopers, right? Oh, I was talking about Nika and Nina. She disrespected that woman. How you gonna try to throw up somebody's past on them? Like, who are you? You ain't no better than nobody else. Like I told you, that bitch ain't nothing but trailer park trash to me. And she's not impressed. I'm not impressed by the bitch. That's just how I feel about her. Okay? I don't care if you like it or not. That's how I feel about the hoe. And she done came at a couple of people. All right? It don't make no sense. And so, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I also seen where they were saying, I don't know, this must be a troll. Let me get them out of here. Some people was like, if it would have been Nina up there calling people monkeys and stuff, nobody would have had, oh, it would have been an outrage. You know what I mean? They were saying it would be an outrage if Nina was up there, calling people monkeys and all of this and all that. But I ain't heard her call nobody a monkey, but I have heard her call people the help, and she's very condescending with her little slick comments, especially those socioeconomic comments, and that's when she make those derogatory socioeconomic comments geared towards black people. That's what let me know that bitch ain't nothing but trailer park trash. Okay, that's what let me know that bitch don't come from no middle class or upper class family like she be trying to make people think. That bitch is a trailer park trash piece of shit, right? And that's just how I feel about it. Right? The you people comment all of this and all that, right? James Celebration said Nina was in the chat getting her life, and April gave her ammunition to say what she wants to say now. Well, you know what I was thinking it too, James, honestly, and it's going to be very interesting because how are they going to call her out on her racist ass shit, her racist rhetoric, whether it try to be slick or not, and then, not say nothing to on-site April about the monkey thing, even though she was playing. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I was wondering that too, you know. And so yeah, it was a lot going on. It was just a lot going on, and I really had to, come and speak my piece. And on Bless Watkins chat this morning, I guess Bless Watkins with her old ass, Holy Water Watkins, in my Justice Kelly Love voice, she was making a whole song out of it. I don't know if y'all went to her chat and heard what hey monkey, monkey, monkey. I got to get some music to that. She was getting her whole life about it. I didn't find that funny either. I'm thinking your old ass know the racial implications to what it is that you're doing, and your old ass is still up there saying that shit. Like, bitch, how dare you? You know. And so it just is what it is. But that's just my take on it. Do you see what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to me. But I just wanted you guys to know on-site April she's absolutely a nice person. On-site April is cool with me. There's no need to try to defend somebody because ain't nobody trying to go down on her. I'm just just like going at her or nothing. I'm just saying I didn't like that comment and I got a right to say it. Just like I don't like the stuff that Nina do. But as far as we going back and forth, no, it ain't none of that. And it ain't no beef. Why somebody got to have a beef over a person's opinion, you know, on the human zoo? Well, I did a little bit of. Did you hear what I said? I showed pictures and everything. Heat wave. You might have to go back and rewind the video, But also, I spoke a little bit about it earlier, and also I put the there's a documentary that I put on the community wall. If you want to go check it out. Coriel said, Miss O, I was saying that to Jay. Oh, okay, Coriel, because I didn't want nobody to think that we was into it. People like to spin narratives, and they go spin narratives. It's just that, like I said, I was using it as a teaching tool, you know. And April was in here, and I guess I didn't drop the link fast enough, and I guess she left because I heard her on Bless Watkins' channel saying that she had plans. But I'll drop it one more time. And if anybody want to hit the link and chime in since I'm dropping it again, and maybe April will come back, please feel free to do so. You know. And so what do y'all think about that? Like honestly. It's okay if you don't see nothing wrong with it. You know. But like I said, I use it as a teachable moment. And I didn't appreciate it in particular because of Nina and her crew. All right. That's why I didn't. But you can't. I would never try to overstep and tell somebody how to run their chat, how to tell somebody who is in their chat, Hey Pastor Jay, how you doing? Thanks for the super chat, Chef. Who having a meltdown? Who is a monkey law? We were talking about Shush Trish and on-site April. That's what we were talking about, Pastor Jay. You're gonna have to rewind it back. And they was having and Shush Trish been having a meltdown for a couple of days on a couple of people's chats. But I mean, she's getting worse and worse. You know, it's just crazy. It really is. You know, and so yeah, absolutely, Cloud. Right, on-site April is absolutely cool. You know, she said she was just playing. You know, and so it is what it is. It's definitely something wrong with it. I agree with you, myself. He said, "Lord, I will pass." Well, thank you anyway, Brother Jay, for the super chat and happy Labor Day. I appreciate it, and I hope you feeling better. Say, look at JW being messy. Y'all are best. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I had, I believe. Oh, and before I go, like I said, I guess as April left, um, and so yeah, but that is just kind of what I had to say about the whole situation, y'all. And I hope as April on, but I keep saying as April, I hope onsite April is not offended. You know what I mean? And I hope she don't think that I was trying to come at her. And no, um we're not in no beef or nothing like that. You don't have to beef with somebody just because you have an opinion. You know, we can agree to disagree. I like on-site April. You know, I think she a cool person. Like I said, I didn't know if she knew the history with what it meant historically. When people call black people in particular monkeys. And so that's where I was pretty much going with that. And that's all I meant by that. You know what I mean? I didn't mean no harm. It is what it is, you know. And so, but as far as Trish go, girl, you're gonna have to calm down. Like I said, if you on meds, get back on your meds. I hope you're not having a nervous breakdown. Some people think you just that's right, Black Beauty. Um Teachable moment. If we don't know better, we can't do better. Thank you for posting that because I like that. And you are absolutely right. I absolutely agree with that, Black Beauty. You know, and let's see who this is right here. Let me hold on a minute. Shoot, that's not even her. Hold on a minute. Let me put my banner up. And but yeah, I really wanted her to hit the link, so we can have this conversation. But like I said, I guess I took too long. Heat wave.
Yes, good afternoon, Miss Olivia.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon,
Oh
Miss
shit! You know
Olivia.
what?
Good
Heat wave.
afternoon.
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
give me a minute. My sound is messing
Okay.
up. Probably everybody else can hear you, but somebody called me on my phone and I can't hear you. You know what I mean? Go on and you can go on and say what you have to say if you want to, but I have to.
You want me to go out and
Can
come
y'all hear
back?
Heat Wave if she's saying something? Because I can't hear it at all. My sound went out. Because every time somebody called me at my phone when when I'm online, hey Lady Tia, I'm gonna try to get my sound back out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'll try. Hold on a minute. Oh, I hate that. We can hear her. Okay. Yeah, I can't hear her. I'm trying to get my sound back. My goodness. Oh, I hate when that happens. Let me try settings. And here goes somebody calling me again. I tell you, sweetie, I'm gonna have to get off here. Uh, oof, oof. Um, this is not gonna work at all. Mm, mm. Can y'all hear me? Are you still up here, Heat Wave? Let me see. Uh, probably nobody can hear me at all now. Okay, nobody's up here. Somebody hit the link if you don't mind, just to let me see if I can hear. I may be able to hear y'all now. So let me drop the link one more time because I see Heat Wave is not up here anymore. Somebody please hit the link for me real fast. Just in order for me to see if I can hear you guys. If not, I'll just close out the video. Let me try to drop the link again because I couldn't hear it when they called me on my phone. Y'all, I can't. It knocks out the sound. So if somebody will please do me a favor, and hit the link so I can see if I can hear you guys now. I hate when they do that when I'm on my phone. It really bothers me. Yes, ma'am. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. Beauty. Cloud still stigma and inappropriate to this day. We don't just have control. Now let's see. Somebody's gonna hit the link for me. Yeah, this might be the heat wave again because I couldn't hear. Like I said, let me see. Heat wave.
Yes. Good afternoon, Miss Olivia. You hear me?
Okay, thank you. I can hear you. I can hear you now. Thank you. My sound went out because somebody called me on the phone, child. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Hey, Lady Tia.
My voice is scratchy. That's the after effect of that the COVID shot that I got.
Oh,
It really
goodness.
hit me up real bad.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Hey, Lady
at
Tia.
this at least I'm happy I got it.
Wonderful.
Okay. Now
Is it
I know
you?
the
I just came
Wait
up
question.
a
to
minute,
make,
wait. Hold on.
Yes.
Wait. Is that you, Lady Tia? Lord
yeah, I
Jesus,
just
my
came up
sound
to
went
make
out
sure you
again.
can. I'm sorry,
Oh
my
my God.
baby. No, no, no,
Y'all,
no.
somebody just called me on the phone again. Y'all stay here for a second. Don't go anywhere. I think I know how to fix it now. Give me a second. I don't know why they keep bothering me. Let's see here. You have to go.
Miss Heatway, I hope you're feeling better. Get
Thank you.
better.
Thank you so much. Thank you. At least I got it over
I'm
with.
back.
Yeah, Miss. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I wanted to let you know that we do hear you both, but I think when you get the phone call, it does lower you, but we
Yeah.
still hear you clearly. I was just letting you know we still hear both of you,
Oh,
even
thank
when
you,
you get
Lady
the
Tia.
phone
Yeah,
call.
for me on my end, I know y'all can still hear me, but my sound, the sound on my end goes out when somebody call my phone, child. And so I be trying to get back in.
Right.
But thank you,
Yeah.
Lady Tia, for letting me know. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you
That's all.
so much.
Oh, one more thing, your title. Yeah, it's. I don't know why we still talking about this. We should all know at this point. We are at least all over the age of 30. Most of us, we should know that a lot of words can be offensive, and to this day, some take it lightly, some don't, and it's just the way it is. And I'm tired. It's like that throwing in a white flag when it comes down to certain things, like that swirling stuff. I threw in a white flag on that because it just never changes. It's always going to be some on one end and some on the other. So it get
Yeah.
kind of draining but the history of it is still important, whether people take in the history or not and use it and apply it to their life or they forget it. I'm gonna say what I want to say. So that's my opinion.
I agree, Lady Tia, and
Hmm.
thank you so much. Houston Bread, is that you?
Yes, ma'am. I just had something real quick to say. I didn't want to
Okay.
cut in front of Heat Wave, but it's real quick.
That's okay.
All right. It's Heat Wave. It's good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
of course. Miss O, I go live on my phone a lot. And do you
Mhm.
have an iPhone or is it like an Android?
It's an Android.
Okay, because there's a way that you can. Y'all probably have a Do Not Disturb feature as well. But if you
Uh-huh.
put it on Do Not Disturb, then it sends all calls to voicemail because
Okay.
it's going to keep disrupting. And somebody in the chat said you can also put it on airplane mode if you're under Wi-Fi. So maybe you can
Okay.
get like one of your nieces or nephews to show you because your calls it often disrupts your life. So I just wanted to offer that.
Okay, thank you so much because I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
I know the do not disturb feature too, but
Uh
I
huh.
never put, I didn't put the two and two together. But thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm gonna start doing that because
Yeah.
I like to. I'd rather go live on my phone.
Right.
But it bothers me when people call me. Because it
Yeah.
not the sound out on my end. So thank
Yeah.
you, Houston Bread.
Of
But
course.
what do you think about while you're up here? What do you think about in general? When some black people may not know their history,
uh,
and so we start, using the same. very derogatory terms towards one another. What do you think that does for, like, especially online? What do you think the non-black interlopers get a kick out of that?
Yeah. I mean, I think that you say interlopers. I think that non-black people always benefit when we are anti-black. It
Hmm.
just further perpetuates their messaging, and it further convinces us that we need to be seen as acceptable through the white gaze, and it
Yeah.
further proves that we're not able to see the beauty and intelligence in ourselves. But I
Hmm.
just white supremacy is so deeply embedded in every aspect of society that yeah, we can hear it through vernacular and through unfortunate phrases, but I just wish we also were able to see it through medical institutions, educational institutions, policing, and all that. So I'm just like, I can go on a tangent, but yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, it's
No,
unfortunate, but
I
it's
fully
a
agree.
reality.
Well
Huh?
It's a
said.
reality, and it's like we've become so accustomed to it's like we've been psychologically trained to do the same thing to each other that they do to us, and they get a good kiki out of it. I think Houston Bread, because they know that a lot of black people don't know anything about these like these caricatures and these they don't know the history behind calling somebody a black person a monkey. So when you hear one black person calling another black person a monkey, and you're going other black people are going along with it. They get great joy in that because it validates them thinking that you are very ignorant. These niggas don't even have enough sense to know what they're doing, you know.
Well,
And
Miss
so,
Miss O, if I could offer this, and then I want to hop down so I can enjoy the conversation with you and Heatwave. But like, I understand your perspective and I agree. And I also think it's very unfortunate for the onus of knowing our history in its entirety to solely be on black people. Because if
right,
more white people knew their history, then they would stop
right,
being so surprised at yet
yes,
another black person being murdered. Like this is in y'all's blood. So until you all actually try to deconstruct racism and anti-blackness on a daily basis and stop acting surprised when you all do the things that you do, then
right,
I'm going to continue not giving a F about your surprise. So, yeah, we need
absolutely,
to know our history as Black people and white
absolutely.
people, and everybody needs to know their history if we're actually trying
Right.
to create a better world that people claim to. So,
I
yes.
agree, and I don't care nothing about what they think about what we do amongst one another.
Uh huh.
It did hit me a different way last night, in particular, because there are so many Anglo interlopers
Yeah.
like Nick
Oh,
globally getting a big kick out of that last night. That in particular, you know what I
Miss
mean?
O,
But
Miss O,
I,
one last thing. One
huh?
last thing. This is why I appreciate having these kind of conversations with people that are like, I would say like 45, 50 and up, because I think that y'all have a certain sensitivity to some of these phrases that people like me in their 20s and 30s might not have, because
Right,
you were overtly possibly called these things to your face. Like, it was a lot more like persistent in pop culture.
right,
And now
right,
in our generation, this is why I don't really appreciate when people act like y'all didn't do anything, because the work that y'all did contributed to there being a mainstream culture that these things are not really allowed or as popular. So
right.
I appreciate hearing it, because I don't like to dismiss the very real experiences that y'all have and how it's like violent for those things to be said so casually to y'all. I mean, I can hear it and just dismiss it, but it might kind of, I don't know, bring up some trauma. I don't know. I
Right.
wanted to add that. I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to add that before I hopped off.
Oh no, no, it bothers me. I absolutely understand, and it does. A lot of younger people. It doesn't mean to older people what it would mean to some younger people, and
Hmm.
that is important because so much history has been lost. People don't teach. Black people don't teach. A lot of older black people don't teach a lot of these things to younger people, so they don't know what certain things mean, so it doesn't bother them, and that goes back to the way that even in schools, how history is being whitewashed. Like they don't even want to call us our ancestors slaves anymore. They want to
Right.
call us indentured servants.
Yeah.
And then you go somewhere like the Statue of Liberty, and it don't say that our ancestors was abducted from Africa and turned into chattel slaves and
Right.
treated not human and treated less than cattle. It says that
Indentured
we were
servants.
immigrants,
Yeah.
involuntary immigrants, and it says that on the Statue of Liberty. You
Yeah.
saw we were not involuntary immigrants, honey. We were
Yeah.
stolen our ancestors were stolen from our homeland and made to be slaves and treated less than dogs and treated less than animals.
Yeah.
They even today, a lot of non-black people care more for their dogs and more for their animals than they care for black people. And so
Mhm.
it bothers me. It's unfortunate. It makes me sad. I'm not gonna say it bothers me. It makes me sad to know that so many of our young people, and it's not their fault, that they don't know their true history. So when you have somebody calling somebody a monkey, and you have other black people, not minding at all, but then you have the Anglo interlopers down there getting their whole life because they know when you're calling somebody a monkey, they know what that means
Mm.
because they are taught racism from birth. Because you're not born a racist, you have to be taught racism, but they are taught
Correct.
racism so that they continue the privilege. And most of the time, and it's important for white people to know their privilege. Like that's why I'm always talking about the book White Rage, because they don't even know what was done to them. They don't have enough sense to know, like the everyday average or the poor, the economically depressed white person. They give them a sense of entitlement. They give them a false sense of privilege in order for the ones that do have the money, in order for them to use them. They're like the first line of defense when it comes to any type of race war or any type of separating of the races, trying to keep us in. Because if they knew their history, they would know the only reason why they give you a false sense of privilege is so they can keep us common people divided, so we won't rise up against the wealthy ones like they did in the UK.
Yeah.
Many times over, even to this day, Britain has separated itself from the EU. They don't like when people have an uprising, but it's particular. It's in their best interest, in particular, here in the United States of America, to keep the races separated, so that they won't realize what's really going on. Because we know that there are only a few people that really run this country. But
Yeah.
they don't want you to think that, so they give the white people this sense of no matter how poor they are, they feel like because of racism, because of the system of white supremacy racism, they feel that they are better than you. And they don't even have enough sense to know that these people are using y'all too. We saw an example of that here recently with Donald Trump, with all the stuff, all the rhetoric that he spouted when it comes to the COVID, what happened on January 6th. All of that is manipulating their own people, and they don't even have such stuff to realize it. But that's neither here or there when it comes to our people. I'm only worried about us. I wanted to use this in particular as a teachable moment, because sometimes you just don't know because of what you just said. But like somebody like what it says on the screen, when if you don't know better, you can't do better. And that's why I wanted to use this as a teachable moment. But thank you for saying it. I absolutely agree with you.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yeah. So again, I hopped on to tell you about Do Not Disturb. If you need more help with that later, I will be glad to come on
Okay.
and give you more. But yeah, and thank you for the combo. I'll drop down. Thanks, Miss Sullivan.
HB, HB,
Yes,
HB,
ma'am. Yes,
HB.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
HB, could you stay here? If
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Olivia don't mind, because I'm enjoying this. All that I need to say, Miss Olivia,
Mhm.
um, that's the first time I ever heard about a human zoo. I'm
Mhm.
not kidding you. I'm gonna go do some research. I've never heard about that. I lived around the Bronx Zoo for 5 years
Mhm.
of my life. I've never visited the Bronx Zoo. But now, hearing this, I would like to go like sneak it around to see where this exhibit was. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I've never heard about that. It was like,
If you
yes,
like I said,
mm,
heat wave. I put a
yes,
video
yes.
about the human zoo on my community wall. Go
Okay.
take a look at that video, baby. It's a
Thank
good place
you.
for you to start. It's a documentary actually
Thank you.
about the
Mhm.
human zoos, and they didn't only happen in this country. They happened in many countries. You
Wow.
know,
Yeah,
and so
Miss.
yeah.
So, if I may, Heat Wave, I'll stay up for a little bit, but if I fall off, I just want y'all to know I enjoy being in the chat more. But really quickly, um, whenever people are like, "Oh, you're passionate about this, you speak so well about it," I think when you understand the atrocities that have been committed against the global Black population, I don't think you can help be filled with rage. This is why I look at Black people with all of our shortcomings and challenges and all that. And I continue to marvel at our resilience and mere existence. Because when you read the history books, when you read some of the stuff that we have been subjected to, it's actually disgusting. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of other races that would not be able to tolerate a fraction, and yet we still are able to maintain Black joy. We're still able to be culturally innovative. We're still able to be the heartbeat of this country's economic standing and system. So
Yeah.
it's like twofold, where I hate that our genius continues to contribute to the development of a nation that literally hates us. And
Mm.
when Miss O talks about knowing our history, it's like, yes, know everything that has been done and is still being done, so that you can see yourself truly and know that you're not limited by the white gaze or by standards of success that don't have to do with you inherently. So I wanted to add that before I shut
Exactly.
up.
Oh
And
wow.
before you leave Houston, I also want to tell you when you made that comment the other day, and I wish you would put it in the chat so that I can highlight it, and I can't quote it verbatim. When you said when you look at black children, you see God, girl, every
Yes.
time. Oh my God, it's so profound to me. Like I love that. I mean, I was
And
really touched by that. You know.
if I can expound on that, so when I look at Black children, I see God. First of all, I'm really big on children overall, but especially Black children being autonomous. And I feel like it's very difficult to be an adult. I'm not an adult, a parent or a guardian, because you want to be able to raise the child in the way that they should grow, right? But also,
Right.
we don't recognize that a lot of times we're passing down our trauma to our children. So the
Correct.
reason I say I see God when I look at Black children is because they're not yet jaded. Like they still
Mhm.
have hope. They still believe.
Mm-hmm.
They still think they can fly. They still think that they can
Mhm.
move mountains. So who are
Mm.
we to tell them you cannot do that? Just
Mm.
because
Exactly.
society has cut us down, let us allow our children to hope and dream as long
Mm.
as they can.
Yes,
Exactly.
So when I see that, it's
absolutely.
like God, like to me, God is bountiful. God is limitless. God has no restrictions, and a lot of
Mhm.
times our children don't. And so we can train them the way that a child should go, but we have to be mindful about whether or not we're cultivating their imagination or whether or not we're limiting their possibilities to us. So yes, I
Yes.
see God when I see our children because I see potential, I see light, I see joy.
Yes. Yes.
I see the God in me, the God in us. So thank you
Mhm.
for
Right.
thank you for remembering when I said that.
I would never forget that touched me. You know, and
Yeah.
because you're absolutely right about that,
Mm.
and that's why everybody knows whether I'm in my life offline or whether I'm online. I always advocate for the babies. And I always
Yeah.
advocate for the babies because of exactly what you just said. Because children are limitless. Children, it hurts me when I have to have conversations with the young people in my family, especially the young black boys in my family. I've got a couple of teenagers, great nephews, and I have to continue. One of my nephews is trying to, like I was saying earlier, I lost my voice laughing at him trying to learn to drive. They had him in the field, and my husband and a couple of my cousins trying to teach him so-called teach them how to drive and all of this and all that, right? So, but along with that, with teaching them how to drive, I have to and how to be a responsible driver. I also have to have that conversation about the police and how to conduct yourself when you
Correct.
are, stopped. In particular, if
Correct.
you're a black man, what could happen to you when you are stopped by the police? Do you see what I'm
Amen.
saying? I shouldn't have to, laugh at you and be so happy and so proud of you, but also kind of like rain on your parade because I don't want you killed in a traffic stop, you
Correct.
know? And so it's just like a
Agreed.
lot. It's overwhelming sometimes. But unfortunately, we have to, every time I have to have one of those conversations with my nephew, he looks so sad, and and even the girls
Mm,
too, all of them, And I'm down to having these conversations with my great nieces and nephews now, but I had these same conversations with my nieces and my nephew,
Mhm.
and you could just see the sadness wash over them when I
hmm
have to tell them that they have to be mindful and be careful with themselves. It's
hmm
not right.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
of them they have white friends. I'm sure their white friends are not having the parents of their white friends. Their
hmm
schoolmates aren't having these conversations with their children. That is
hmm
not their world, and it's not fair that I have to have these conversations with my babies. You
hmm
Yeah.
know,
That becomes our
so
norm.
when
Yes.
you make a comment like that,
Yeah.
you see God in black children.
hmm
That's how I see him. I
Correct.
see him as the future. I see him as a brighter day. you know.
Mhm.
But like the comment says on the screen, if you don't know better, you can't do better. And you also have
Right.
to protect yourself. And one way that you can protect yourself is to arm yourself with knowledge. Don't let them
Right.
whitewash your history. You know, you can be in, you know, I've seen people online, uh unfortunately black people online, like I seen that we talked about a little while ago about how that black man was gonna marry a white woman. They made a whole story and they had a whole plantation love slash slave scene where he was in shackles and tattered
Mhm.
clothes, proposing to the white woman. They had a whole
Wow.
marriage, a wedding shoot on a plantation, and he was a slave and
Mhm.
she was the female, plantation woman or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, do you know your history? You know, and it's because maybe he don't know his history, or maybe he's so emasculated, or so maybe he feels so beat down, or even afraid, even if they don't want to admit it, he'll go for something like that. But you
Mhm.
have to teach pride to your children so that they won't have to, endure things like that, demeaning things like that. You have to have a
Exactly.
sense of pride, and that's why I would never tell somebody. You got a lot of people, just a lot of black people, just the same, just ashamed to say that they are pro-black. I would never say that I'm not pro-black because
Right.
I love my people first. I don't even care if I'm arguing with you. I don't care if I'm cussing you out from head to toe. I still love my people as a whole. I might not like what you're doing, and I damn sure ain't gonna condone you in your wrong. Okay? But what I'm not ever going to do is not love my people as a whole and never not advocate for my people. And I don't care what nobody say. It
Mhm.
just is what it is.
Exactly.
And I would never like allow a non-black person to belittle somebody black in my presence. It don't make no sense. I don't move like that. So, but like I was really touched when you did that. Like I really was.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
mean
Miss
to go
O,
on and on like that, but so
oh no,
yeah.
you're fine. I'm a former panel hoe, and I'll be having long goodbyes. But this really is my last, and then I'm gonna hop in the chat. That
Mm,
is why I'm empathetic towards black parents. People can critique black parents left and right, and some of those critiques might be very valid. But
mm,
no other set of parents has that weight, has that contradiction that they have to tell their child, baby, you can be anything that you want to be, but be careful when you're walking down the street. Like
mm,
I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine having to hold such yin and yang truths when you're looking at a
mm,
6-year-old child and
Huh.
yeah,
saying, I believe in you, I love you, but this world might not. You might feel that early on. You might have already felt that.
mm,
Like, like mentorship and guidance of our young children is so critical to us developing a world that we cannot even imagine, that
yeah,
I understand pouring into them. But Miss O, to your point, we also can't allow them to enter the world ignorant to the
yeah,
realities of it. So how do you balance pouring
yes,
into your children mindfully, but also letting them know about the violences that lurk at every corner? It's
right.
very difficult, and I, I that's why I don't talk about people's parenting often, because
Mm,
I don't have kids, and so I can't imagine what it's like to balance that
mm,
desire to help your child aspire to greater heights, but also that kind of grounding, anchoring knowledge that
mhm,
some people will see you as subpar just because of your skin. Before you say anything, they've already
right,
come to a series of conclusions about you. And with that, I'm
right.
gonna hop down. Thank you, Miss Own. Thank you,
Thank
Heatwave.
you, Houston.
No
Thank
problem.
you, Houston.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much. Thank
keep
you, Miss
pushing me right
Olivia.
about
That's
you.
all I had to say. Great
Okay, baby. I
conversation.
hope you
Great
feel better.
commentary. Thank you
I
so
hope you
much,
feel
Miss.
better, Heat
Thank
Wave.
you so much, Miss Olivia. Great
Okay,
commentary.
baby. Have a good day, okay?
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye, honey. But I just really, and those are the reasons, guys, that and nobody really wants to hear it. It's not a popular subject when it comes to talking about our true history. And a lot of us, we like to, use escapism as a way to get away from all the struggles that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? And that's one reason why I say I don't mind a good rumble. I come over here in the B sector or wherever sector I go, to have me a good rumble, because a lot of times that's how we relate to each other, But but when you having that rumble, you also have to have boundaries, and we know that I got a whole bunch of boundaries. You know what I mean? I don't know nobody for real. So I'm not trying to dox nobody for real. I'm not trying to have your livelihood taken away from you. I'm not trying to have your housing taken away from you. There are boundaries, but I will come over and cuss your ass out. Okay, I will be real messy when I want to, and I will continue to be, but that don't mean that I don't love my people. It don't mean that I'm not pro-black. And a lot of people in this sector in particular, oh, she say she pro-black, but she da 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 da. You're absolutely right, because I'm not gonna condone you when you're wrong. I would be wrong if I condoned one of my nephews or my nieces when I know they doing something wrong, and I'm gonna condone you and I'm gonna have your back when you doing wrong. No, no, you're gonna be held accountable for that, you know. And so yeah, it's just crazy. So when people say that to me, it don't bother me. It's just that it just is what it is, you know. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If I want to be messy, I'm be messy. It is what it is. But what I'm not going to do is lower my standards for some non-black interloper. Okay, I'm not going to make you feel comfortable because, like I said earlier, black people have been taught, whether they know it or not, to. Oh, and Denise Brown, thank you so much for the super chat, baby. And I absolutely agree with you when you're coming about when you're talking about separating the wheat from the tare. Thank you, Denise, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And so yeah, that's kind of the issue that I was having, guys. And it's not nothing personal, and I mean no disrespect to on-site April or anything else. It's just that and then even Heatwave just said she had never heard of a human zoo, and Heatwave got to be around my age, and she has never heard of a human zoo. How many people have not ever heard of the human zoo? And if you've never heard of the human zoo, you may not even realize why it's real derogatory to call another black person a monkey. You know, you might not even realize that. And so, yeah, but you're right. Let me read this, Water Sniper, because I did a video like it. Water Sniper says, and hey, Art New Style, how you doing? At Olivia OracleSpeaks. Let me go back up. I just uploaded a video tagging your name in. Thank you. Okay. In it of a 200-year-old chair made with cotton and black people hair. Right. Just like just like you told us about them. Yeah, the pillows made of hair. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Water Sniper. I'm gonna go check it out. They used to cut black people's hair off, right? And use it for stuffing for like pillows and and chair pillows and mattresses. They used to put black people's hair and use it for cotton, you know, and make human. And they also used to use our skin to make like clothing items, like they use cowhide and stuff like that. They use people. Some these people used to be so sick. I even think they're doing it today. Because I saw a video about it not long ago about how they would take a black person's skin and turn it into a shoe, make shoes out of a black person's skin, or a jacket, or a bag, or a lampshade. This all of this and this all this disgusting stuff that they want to hide, cause I don't even know if they feel embarrassed about it, but they just want to whitewash it. They did the most disgusting, degrading things to people, to black people, to our people, even to this day, that some of the things we can't even fathom, we can't even imagine. And they treated our ancestors so bad that even today, even to this day, the trauma of that is passed down to us. It was so bad that it's encoded or downloaded in our DNA. That is why we act the way we act sometimes, and we don't know why we acting like that. It is because of the trauma that is in our DNA. That can you imagine being treated so bad that it was downloaded in your DNA? It's like it's far greater than mental. You know, it's just down to your bone, down to the actual cells and chromosomes in your body. That's how bad we was treated. And so you really have to, if you guys have never heard of Dr. Joy DeGruy, she has a term, she calls that trauma post-traumatic slave syndrome or post-traumatic slave disorder, like PTSD, like the trauma from living through a war or something like that. And so that's why she has that term, because that trauma was so great that Even if we don't know about it offhand, the trauma, you can still feel it in your body. That's how horrific it was for our people. You know, it's just beyond me. Let me see. Who do Head Rap says George Washington wore the teeth of um, enslaved people, but he but the lie was told that they were wooden teeth. Yes. That's how they knew what they were doing was absolutely they knew what they was doing was wrong, and then they tried to explain it away and make a whole slave Bible. I just put the video that I did about they found the intact slave Bible. And they took several books out of that Bible to enforce to try to make the slave thing that's what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to serve the white man all of his life because that is what God requires. But you're absolutely right. They knew exactly what they were doing. Absolutely. But as far as those teeth go, hold on a minute. Let me see this lady Till. But as far as those teeth go, you're absolutely right about the hoodoo. I read about that. I sure did. Hold on, y'all. Is this you, Lady Till? Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, yeah, I just wanted to I'm a little surprised, but then again I'm not, I guess, when it comes to the Miss Heatwave not knowing about the human zoos. When it comes to boxing, that is another sort of how the human zoos were. Um
Mm,
Boxing, they would have black people, black slaves fight each other to the death,
mhm.
and they
Yep.
would use that as entertainment. They
Yep.
would have the hanging shows where they would have everybody come around and watch slaves being hanged. Um,
Yes.
they definitely use our skin for shoes. They use our
Mhm.
skin for all types of things. And like you said, it's a spiritual thing because it goes way deeper than that. Because, like you
Mhm.
said, some of us don't understand some of the things why we act the way we act sometimes because
Mhm.
it's that deep. It's that
Mhm.
deep. You can have dreams about things that you never even known about, and it could
Mhm.
be that deep or something that could be in something in your ancestry that you don't even know about. But
Yes.
we were definitely treated. Our people were definitely treated in a way that the reason why we have white supremacy and all of those things, and why they would hate for us for those shoes that those tables to turn because they are afraid that we would
Mhm.
do them like they did us. And it's
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They
but
they
we're
fear
not
the
even
black
built that
man.
way.
They fear the black man becoming united and rising up against him. That's what they fear. It keeps them up at night. That's why they'll still have so much animosity towards black people.
Right, but in actuality, I mean I'm sure it's a lot of people out here now with the Malcolm X persona, and they want some getting back. But
Mhm.
as a people, we are not that type of people.
Right.
We are loving people, just like when they found us in Africa, wasn't no jails and prisons and all of that stuff going on, wasn't no killing each other. They were living in harmony. They came over there and shook up everything, and now our people are considered animals or less than or evil and stuff. But if we go back into history, it gets blacker and blacker, first of all. But if you go back in history and the things and all the things that they have done to us as our people, have been through so much stories that we probably would never even know because those people are dead and gone. Just like we don't know how many people ended up off them ships, how many people rather jumped off the ships and been with sharks instead of going through what they went through, how their teeth were getting knocked out just so they can give them slop. If they didn't want to eat, they would break their teeth out with. Oh my gosh, just a whole
Yeah.
bunch of terrible things that is very
Yep.
traumatizing. Um, and it is triggering. It is very
Yeah.
triggering if you go back and
Mhm.
hear those things and see those things. But I mean, I suggest if you really want to know, it's gonna hurt you. It really is gonna hurt your feelings. But if you want to know, the information is out there. The
You
information
would.
is out there. See, I just got
Mm.
a phone call too. The information is out there, and yes, they had human zoos, and
Mhm.
yes, that boxing is one form of like a human zoo, watching
Mhm.
people fight black people each other to the death, and they
Yep.
usually will use the strongest ones to kill off
Yep.
each other and use an example.
Yep. You're absolutely right about that. Cloud, are you on here, Cloud? Cloud.
I can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I just put up the thing because I didn't know if it was you or not. I can
I,
hear
Hey,
you
Uncle
now.
Carl, I'm
Sorry
finna
about
jump off.
that.
I'm at the grocery store. I just wanted to add it to that, Miss O.
But
oh,
but
no
thanks
big
for
deal.
sharing it, Lady Tia, because you're absolutely right.
All right, love you guys.
Love you too. Have a good day.
Oh, I see what happened.
Hey, Cloud.
Hey, Auntie, how you doing?
All right. How you, Cloud? Were you affected by the flood in New
Um,
York?
actually, I wasn't.
Thank God.
We were very blessed where I was
Oh,
at.
thank God. I was wondering that. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. As of right now, I believe 49 people have lost their lives up here,
Really?
and it's very tragic.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe that. I saw they showed a picture of they showed footage of the subways down under the subway stations
Oh yeah,
flooding.
it's flooded. I know.
And I bet some people lost their lives due to that. Do you if they were down there?
I'm gonna
Because it was like a swimming pool.
I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know as for how many people died in the subways, but
Mhm.
and I never take them. Never.
Mm,
I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. Ever since the pandemic, I stopped taking the subways.
yeah,
I
yeah.
stopped doing it. I
Well,
just don't want to be
I'm
around
glad
a lot
that you
of
and your
people like
family. Well,
to be.
I'm glad that you and your family are okay and you weren't affected by it. So, what you want to talk about today, honey bunny?
Well, this I'm gonna be actually very quick, um, and I tell you the two ladies that were up there, they were really powerful. I have to say that. I really
Absolutely.
have to say that. But as you know, and we've had these discussions on several occasions, and you've heard me say on several occasions as well. I've said it a million times. Here's a million and one. That some of our people, unfortunately, have a symbiotic relationship when it comes to white supremacy racism. And yet another example of that is this clown, Mark Lamont Hill. When you have the audacity to fight for Dylan Roof not to get the death penalty, I mean, that is nothing but post traumatic slavery disorder and having a symbiotic relationship with your so called master. There is, no, I mean, that is such a disrespect to those families of those people who were murdered by that savage. For another black person to defend that, I mean, you can't make that make sense to me outside of that. Because there's absolutely no way that I can defend anybody, black, white, blue, or yellow, gunning down just innocent people who are just attending church, going there to praise the Most High God to the best of their understanding. And for this man to try and defend him not getting the death penalty, I just you stop being amazed at things after a while. You just do. You absolutely just do.
I
And
agree, Cloud. I saw that. I saw the interview that I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I saw that interview between Mark Lamont Hill and Rizza Islam when they were talking about Dylan Roof, and should he get the death penalty or not. I saw that. I spoke a little bit about Dylan Roof, still, trying to get the death penalty overturned, and it was denied once again. But I didn't talk about the interview that I saw with Mark Lamont Hill and Rizza Islam. I didn't talk about that. And you're absolutely right about Mark Lamont Hill. I can't believe he got up there, and pretty much chucked and jived, for the man the way that he did. I was like, wow, he really went there. He should just said nothing at all, because he made himself look like a fool. Oh, shush, Trish, I am glad you're here. I was discussing your behavior. If you want to hit the link, you can. But yeah, Claude, I thought that was deplorable. And I thought it was disrespectful to the family, to black people in general, but in particular the family. And like who the head rap said, the family did forgive him. They think that's the godly thing to do. Whatever, whatever. But I think what they should do to Dylan Roof is put him in one of those super max 23-hour a day lockdown prisons, and don't kill him. Let him, and he's still young. Let him live out his life in a 23-hour a day lockdown prison, only getting out and having no interaction with any other person in the world for the rest of his life. Because your mind is a powerful weapon. And I guarantee you that he will be tortured for years and years and years if they were to do that to him, or either put him in general population, let the other black folks go and deal with him.
I
You know,
agree. I agree with the latter.
yeah,
I certainly don't agree with the former.
because them boys will deal with him. They're going to kill him real quick, like they did. What was the name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Uh huh.
He
Yeah.
should get dramatized.
Uh huh.
That,
And so I
that,
agree. Either way it go. Yeah.
he
Yeah.
should get either the Jeffrey Dahmer treatment or the American Me treatment. I don't know if you saw that movie or not.
Oh, I saw American Me. Yeah, I absolutely
What
agree.
treatment that he deserves to get. And
I love. I
that's
agree.
just my very humble opinion. But
Yep.
Mark Hill is another example of why certain black men are laughed at by the
Yeah.
by the black. Why would any black woman in their right mind say, "I'm gonna follow this black man"?
Ain't that something?
That woman, I dare I to say it, and to me, that's one of the things that you should never do to a human being. If I were his mother, I would have spat on that little bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Here's the reason why the non-black man, the Anglo, thinks that he has conquered the black man. Because black men like that bow down. They prove on a daily basis they are emasculated. They prove on a daily basis in a lot of ways. A lot of black men, not all black men, because see, the black men that don't bow down like you and a whole bunch of other ones, they don't never get highlighted. They don't highlight the strong black man. The black man is not willing to lick the boot of non-black people, but they always highlight the ones like Mark Lamont Hill and the ones like that young one. What's his name? He did a whole photo shoot like he pregnant. Lil Nas X. They highlight those types of black men because they want the world to think that you are emasculated, that you don't have no more pride in yourself, and they would rather see you in order for them not to feel intimidated by you, because they do, and they will continue to fear the wrath of the black man, of black people in general. That is why they still shooting us down the street like dogs. And like I was talking about earlier, I should not have to tell my nephew why he learned how to drive, to watch his back and how to conduct himself if he's ever stopped by the police, just so he can make it home safe to us, because we can't be with him 24 hours a day. I can't tell him to watch his back. It hurts me to have to tell him to watch his back, even when he's walking down the street, even when he's not driving a car. Because you are born with a mark on your back. And a target on your back, and I should not have to teach that to my nephews or my nieces. But unfortunately, in this country, because they will continue to fear us, no matter how propaganda, black men feeding into propaganda, in order to make the white man feel more comfortable. No matter how much of all that propaganda, that anti-black propaganda goes on, they still see you as a target. They still are afraid of you. It don't matter how many dresses you put on. It don't matter how much twerking and shucking and jiving for the man that they put these fools out there to do. They still gonna fear you. They still want to kill you. And
no
so,
matter
yeah,
what,
I agree, Claude.
no matter what, we are either superhuman or subhuman. There's no.
Right.
It's always been that way. It will always be that way until the Most High says His peace. And
That's right.
fortunately, we are getting closer to that. Whether
Yeah,
people want to realize that or not, we are
yeah,
getting so much, and it's so close that if you really read the Bible correctly and you really pray on it and meditate on it, you see it's a lot closer than people think.
yeah.
A lot.
We know, we got a lot of. I did a video yesterday
Yeah,
talking about the
I was
Georgia
so
Guidestones and
glad.
depopulation and all of this and all of that. And you're absolutely right about that, Claude. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, I wasn't able to really participate the last couple of
Oh no, I understand. People ain't even hardly getting notifications anymore to my channel. A whole lot of channels or content creators are complaining about nobody's getting any notifications or anything like that. And so, yeah, I absolutely understand, Claude.
Well, between that and you already know, I mean,
Yeah,
how.
yeah, you got a whole family to take care of. Absolutely.
But the bottom line is, and they're doing this to our certain channels. They know
Yeah,
what they know who they're doing it to and why they're
yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
And
absolutely. I agree.
and that's
I agree.
to try and discourage people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I don't do as many videos. I will do one later on today, but that's about the upcoming NFL season. But and
Oh,
I have a
okay.
couple other videos that I'm going to do as far as we have to start inward before we even think about fighting white supremacy, racism,
Mm-hmm.
because we have so many. And Miss Denise Brown, you are absolutely correct, and I've been saying that for ages. We
Mm-hmm.
we have to get rid of the cowards and the traitors in our midst, like
Yes, absolutely.
like the Mark Lamont Hills,
Oh,
like
yes.
the guy Tim Scott, who has the audacity to say that there is no racism. He
Mm,
obviously has the best drugs in the entire planet.
mm.
You have the Coon Dance Owenses.
Oh, God.
I
Did
mean,
you hear about her being sued?
excuse me.
She's being sued.
Yes, and I cannot think of the young lady's name.
I can't think of her name either, but I heard. Is this you, Trish? Is this Trish?
Smash it.
Okay, hold on a second. But yeah, Claude, yeah, I saw where she's getting sued by another black woman. Uh huh.
I hope she loses every dime.
Me too.
I hope she loses every
She
dime.
deserves it.
She's gonna crawl back to her. Oh, in fact, that's what's gonna happen is when she loses every dime, that's when her white zaddy's going to leave her, and then she'll try to
Okay.
go back to the black community. And
Hmm.
some of our people are so forgiving that they'll take her back. I
Yeah,
will,
absolutely,
will not be one.
absolutely. They
Uh,
sure will welcome her with open arms.
bottom shelf Brad.
Okay. Amen.
I'm gonna
Amen.
leave here. I'm gonna let y'all talk
Well,
talk
thank
and thank you so much for letting
Well,
me.
thank you so much, Cloud, for joining us and clicking on and always sharing your piece of wisdom. And you are absolutely right. They have a symbiotic, very dysfunctional relationship with us. They simply cannot let us go. Okay,
Yeah,
they refuse.
they would be finished without the black man. They'd have nobody to blame. They'd have nobody to live off of because if they
Yeah,
had to rely on each other, this country would be finished in less
yeah,
in less than 5 years.
yeah. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're
Take care.
absolutely right. So yeah, I agree with you, and thanks for saying that. So yeah. Hey Trish, how you doing?
Unwell. I just was
Are
texted
you really well though? Are you how you doing for real?
as well as you.
Well, the reason why I asked you that, is
I heard the
because
Red Bull. I couldn't listen to all of it, but
yeah,
I decided to come up because I see and hear in
thank
your
you.
octaves that you really are concerned about me. So
I
please
really am.
speak.
It's not a joke. I'm not throwing shade.
No, I
I
know that.
feel
That's
like
why I
you was
hit the
having
link. I would have never hit
yeah,
the
I
link.
feel like you was having some kind of manic episode. I hope you're not having a nervous breakdown. I don't know if you're easily triggered, but yeah, I'm not throwing shade. I just been worried about you, like for real.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How long have you been on YouTube?
3 years. It was 3 years in January. I
Got it.
mean, sorry, it was 3 years in July. Mhm.
Got it. Oh, I know that you have been around just like I have from
Mhm.
the Black conscience sector.
Mhm.
I came from the Kanika Jenkins sector
Mhm.
into the beef sector. I don't know. We all ended up here. You
Mhm.
know what you've seen in the last 3 years? You
Mhm.
see people get stalked in their real life from YouTube, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
You've seen their kids get stalked, doxxed from YouTube, correct?
Mhm. Mhm.
You see what's going on now with the whole charade of the no show, and people are pulling up, following people home. People are very, very strange on YouTube.
Mhm.
In my real life, I'm very quiet. I hardly ever speak. That's why I label myself Trish. But on YouTube, everyone yells. Everyone for the last 3 years have acted manic. I've been quiet, so quiet. Even you, Miss Olivia, I've heard you get into arguments and
Yes,
yell
yes,
where I had to cut off the device.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. When you see or hear someone from YouTube that I personally or professionally do not know, and
Mm-hmm.
they tell me they're going to pull up to my dox me, pull up
Mm-hmm.
and interrupt my private life. They're going to pull up and blow up my house. And my retaliation response is if you pull up and you come into my life, you get what you deserve. They're saying what they're saying on YouTube, and I'm saying what I'm saying on YouTube very, very logically. I know what I'm doing, ma'am. Oh, yes, I do. I'm a words person. I say sentences thoroughly. I know my environment. I know I'm on YouTube. I know it's recorded. I know the white supremacists and the Angloids and the interlopers and then Pete Zaros and Brianna's chat. I'm aware of all of that. I've been on this platform pretty long, and I sat and observed. When I throw out innuendos, threats, everyone thinks I'm manic because it's so foreign coming from me. But when onside April or someone from the black sector, they literally tell me and threaten me over and over and over again. And I'm saying, okay, we'll do it. I'm here. I'm waiting. And I respond in the same negative tone, but maybe a little harsher because I'm from New York. It's not received well. And I'm trying to figure out why is that?
Oh, let me tell you.
Why is there a
Let me
double
let me
standard
tell
for
you.
people
Let me
with
tell you. Stop
various
right there. If
activity?
you will stop right there, I will tell you. Okay. I'm glad you said that because I understand that you're responding, but the last couple of days, I don't know if you're not picking up on social cues. I don't know if you're being triggered because it would appear that you're being triggered. And I have gotten on here and I have cussed somebody down from the top of their head to the soles of their feet, Trish. And you are absolutely right about that. But the reason why I felt like you're having some kind of manic mental episode is because of number one, let's take the other night when I knew that you was doing this on purpose, and I know that some of this stuff you're doing is for theatrics or maybe attention seeking,
Exactly.
and I get that, and but see some of the things that you were saying, like when you were interjecting, trying to get in between Nika and Nina when they was going back and forth. I know that Nina
Exactly.
is your girl, so you
No, no,
was doing
no.
that on
Nina's
purpose.
not
I
my
get
girl. I
that, right?
don't know
Let
her.
me let me finish. I didn't stop you. Let me finish, okay? So I understand what you was doing there. But last night and yesterday, it was on a whole nother level. Now that girl was threatening you, but even and you was going off, but it got so far. Even when BL came up there and tried to get them off of you, you went in on BL. Even when onsite April, she know it got so bad between you and what is that girl's name? Whatever that girl's name is from the other sector. She even came back up and said, "Well, hold up, wait a minute. How would you feel if I come into your sector and talk to your people like that?" You went back in on her again, even when they were trying to help you. You were still flying
You
off the
look at that
handle,
as help. You look
and you were threatening people
at
with
right.
firearms on somebody else's panel,
Yes,
and that
I
can be
did.
considered terroristic threats. And
Yeah,
if
right.
the girl wanted to, she could have Pizarro's whole channel flagged for terroristic threats. That's what a lot of people are
But
not
she
understanding.
threatened.
Let me
I think
finish.
you missed that
Let me
part.
finish. Let me finish. I'm telling you why I said what I said earlier. And all of this, with just real extra. Like it's like I said, I don't know if you're not picking up on social cues. I don't know if you're not practicing any type of self discipline. I don't know if you're just doing it for attention or you just want to be heard or you just want to have the floor. But whatever is going on, Trish, is extra. Okay. And it really made me feel bad, you know, for what was going on. But now you saying you fine, so okay. So this just the way you act.
This
All
is
right.
what's interesting. I heard what you had to say. Let's go back
Okay.
because you said a lot. When you just spoke about the other day when I was interjecting with Dovey. You're talking about that skit when I was Nina and Lady Nika was going back at it. I do
Mhm.
believe Nina was really humiliating Lady Nika, and I love Lady Nika. That's why I kept interjecting because I didn't want her to be embarrassed. The chat was lit. Okay, I
Right.
do things on purpose. I know a lot of people who are looking at this um, maybe
Yeah, I
will.
said you did it on purpose.
Right,
That one, yeah.
right. I did that on purpose. And even last night, as many times when somebody is triggered or manic or they have no awareness or social, they are socially inept, which I'm far from. I run 4 businesses. I don't think that they would keep repeating what is being said. There was terroristic threats thrown to me. Someone that
Yeah.
lady I don't know. They said they will blow up they will dox me, they will find me,
Yeah.
they will touch me, and they will blow up my house.
Right. I
What
meant on both ends. I just didn't mean you. I meant on both ends. I meant in general.
see, you can't talk about what my response was if you didn't take in all of it from Brianna's channel. This started from Brianna's channel.
Uh-huh. Now I didn't see Brianna's channel. I'm
So,
not gonna lie.
yeah, I
But
know you
they
did.
did mention on the chat. They
That's what
mentioned
I'm saying.
they did mention that you had gotten into it on Brianna's channel as well. Yes, they
Absolutely.
did mention
Brianna
that.
called me up and I was bombarded with people that wanted to dox me and come into my personal life. I don't come into other people's personal life. I don't even
Mhm.
fuck with people. Unlike you, I show my face and I
Mhm.
do give out
I
information.
have no. I disagree. I have showed my face. All you have to do is go down my video log, and you will see my face.
No, no, no. What
My
I mean by
avatar.
that, I don't mean to um say that you don't show your face. I'm talking about I
Right.
came up a lot. Okay. So when you came up a lot as a content creator,
Mm,
people take what they see as
mm,
gold.
mm,
Okay. So
mm,
those that choose not to cam up all the time, sometimes
mm.
they remain more private than those that do. Would you agree?
No, I don't. The reason why I'm not camming up not to be private. I don't cam up a lot because it's off putting to me. I can't look at myself and talk. That's why. But I have made videos.
I got
The
you.
last one I made was in November, showing myself. I'm not trying to hide myself. I'm not
No, no, no.
Pizarro or
Well,
anybody
let
else.
me say this.
I'm not. Wait, let me finish. You talked about me not camming up, and that is wrong. There's a photo of me on my thumbnail. That's a photo of me. I'm not trying to hide myself or anything like that, Trish. And I understand what you're saying. And
No,
also, while we're
you didn't
talking
want
about
to.
people take what they look at, the other part of the conversation that we had was the fact that you were being called monkey.
I don't want
The
to
other
talk about
person that
that. I'll leave
wait a
that for
minute,
you.
the
I
other
was
person that you was into it with was making very colorist comments about
that
your
didn't
skin
bother me
tone.
more.
Do
That
you
didn't
see what
bother
I'm
me more than
saying?
someone
And
threatening
we know that
my life.
colorism is a big issue in the black community among black people. I love dark skinned people. I think dark skin is beautiful. Do you see what I'm saying? But there is a colorism issue,
There is a
and
colorism
so
issue in the black community and all over the world altogether. But that
absolutely.
wasn't the part that I clicked the link for, ma'am.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What I clicked the link for, my point, not to say that you don't cam up, was your privacy. I mentioned when I used to watch you, I used to hear you say that you don't share emails, you don't talk on the
No, I
phone.
don't.
Yeah, and that's my point of saying not camming up. Not that you was trying to hide, but you
Mm.
respect your privacy was my point. Correct?
Yeah, no, the reason why I don't, that's what I was telling you. The reason why I don't cam up is because it's uncomfortable for me to look at my face and talk.
But you respect your privacy, right?
But yeah, as far as
Olivia, that was my point
emails
of bringing
and
up the
phone
camera.
numbers, and
Exactly.
yes, I absolutely agree. Yes, yes.
Exactly. That was my only point, Miss
Okay,
Olivia.
okay,
Only point. Your privacy, whether
okay.
you cam up or not, whatever the reasons are that you don't send out emails. You
Okay,
don't
yeah.
even get involved. You want to keep everything on YouTube.
Yes, I have several boundaries. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly, exactly. So where does those boundaries start and stop
Mm,
for someone who maybe is a little bit more socially involved
mm,
behind the scenes?
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't do that.
Exactly. So when I hear someone say, Trish, I'm gonna find out where you live, even though I've been doxxed 50 million times. Um, I'm gonna find out. We're gonna get a lot of people organized. Like she literally threatened to gang stalk me. Okay, online. That's
Mm-hmm.
also criminal, nefarious activity.
Yeah, well, I heard
Again,
the part about the. I also heard the part about the. What do you call it when you call the police and they run up in your house? What do you call that? Swatting. I heard about the swatting
yeah,
threat. I
yeah.
heard that. Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about any of that. I'm in New York.
Okay.
I know the laws. I know my rights. I know
Uh
what
huh.
I did. I'm very aware of my words. I'm a words person.
Uh
That's why I
huh.
keep repeating the same sentence. I
Uh huh.
study FTC laws. I understand what internet laws are, even though they are
Hmm.
quite new into the
Hmm.
legal industry.
Hmm.
I understand why someone would say, there's been several videos lately, and it's so odd that this is where I got the idea to
Hmm.
act up in my manic um, episode, as you would call it,
Hmm.
to go out of my way and in my own character to give people what they give people every day. You know how many times
Hmm.
Money Grish has threatened to come into people's lives and dox them and all of this stuff. Let's not talk about Onsite April, how she was responsible for organizing 26 CPS calls on VS.
But
Okay.
what does that have to do with the way that you are acting?
Because I'm mirroring them. I'm mirroring them. On my channel, I act like me. In my real life,
Mm-hmm.
again, I don't talk. I have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
friends. I don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. I have a lot of co-workers. I have a lot of colleagues. I have a very
Okay,
rich
so basically,
life.
let me come to the chase because I've been on here. It's enough. I get it. So basically, you're saying you're not having a manic episode. You're doing this. You're knowingly acting this way. And you're good. Basically, is what you're saying. What you're doing is very strategic. The way that you're acting.
If you want to put it that way, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you for that. So at least I don't have to, because I was really
And
thinking
the
what
only
you're
reason why I
saying.
clicked your link because I heard it in your octaves. You really was affected by what you heard and saw. And
Yeah, I feel like you was
I
being
do
triggered. Yes, I do.
apologize. I wanted to say, because I know you have to go, I really apologize if I'm rubbing you or some other people the
No,
wrong way.
no,
But
no, no,
I
no,
wanted,
no,
I
no,
do
no.
want
Wait,
to
wait,
keep
wait, wait,
people.
wait. You
Okay.
wasn't rubbing me the wrong way, Trish, because I love a good rumble. It's just like I felt like you was having a manic episode. But baby, you wasn't rubbing me the wrong way.
Got
I
it.
was concerned about your mental health because see, there are some people that don't need to be on social media. Okay, because it
Exactly.
affects them mentally. Now, I'm not even necessarily talking about you, but we've seen people kill themselves because of something that happened to them on social media. So when I'm saying it seems like Trish is having some sort of a manic episode, that is what I'm concerned about. I'm not worried about you acting or treating, doing this on purpose. You just told me it's very strategic of what you are doing. You know what I mean? And so now I get it. This is the way you are choosing to interact. So okay, all right.
Yeah. I mean, the same thing could be said about each and every one of us if we're caught on a day. I don't fuss and fight and go through this. I've been on it 3 years, and you can count how many fingers that I've raised my voice on YouTube. I
Hmm.
guess that's why you would think that I am having a manic episode, but I like to give people what they give the community. Okay.
Okay.
That's what my angle is, because
Okay.
just talking, it falls to deaf ears. When you mirror somebody who's ignorant and
Okay.
docile at the same time, they see
Okay.
themselves and they get shocked. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that to me. Yeah, believe it.
Okay.
I can't believe you're on YouTube acting a fool, acting like a whole embarrassment. So if I have
Okay.
to be a mirror to so many people, that's why I do this only on Pizarro's Live. Only.
Okay.
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 That's
Okay.
the point. And I really appreciate your concern, because if I ever had some issues, I know that you would do a video, you would make commentary on it, and you would be very genuine. So I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you coming up here to explain what was going on. So now I get it. Okay, I understand your intention. You know what I mean? And yeah. Okay.
I really appreciate that. And a lot of other people went live. someone says, Olivia's talking about what you did. I was like, about what? I'm
Mhm.
literally having brunch, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, let's go on YouTube.
Mhm.
I don't believe in
Right.
commercialized holidays, but I do believe in family and business first.
Mhm.
A lot of black people don't understand that.
Mhm.
When they meet someone who's crafty or as methodical like them,
Mhm.
they get kind of wrapped up. So
Mhm.
I play the game the right way for me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All
So I
right.
appreciate you. God bless you. God bless your chat. Let me
I
go back.
appreciate you hitting taking the time out of your day and away from your brunch to come and explain
Yes.
try to get not explain but give me an understanding as to what really is going on so I get it now. And like
Only
I said at
you,
the
Miss
top of the
Olivia.
video,
Only
you
you.
can't tell people how to fight, and that is what I wasn't trying to do that. I
I know.
really thought you were having some type of manic episode
They
being
act
triggered by
crazy. I act
YouTube.
crazier. That's the
Huh?
one.
What'd you say?
I said they act crazy. I act crazier.
Okay,
That's
I
the
get
one.
that now. I get that now, Trish. I do. I get it now. Absolutely.
Okay, so I sometimes I can't yell as loud as everyone, but I can use my
Mhm.
mind, and it works. Works
Right.
very well. Thank you
Well,
so much.
you could get you if you want maximum loudness,
No, they keep
invest.
telling me to turn down my mic. I have a Yeti mic.
That's what I was gonna say, girl. Get you a Yeti mic, okay?
I have a gold Yeti mic, child. They tell
Good
me I
God.
talk too loud. Maybe I should go back to my cell phone so people won't think I'm so manic. Smash it. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. Well, y'all, now we know that Trish is not having a manic episode. She is being strategic in her panel, when she's on panel. So that is just her. And so yeah. Lady Tia said I can't. But yeah, but at least she took the time to come up and let us know what it was that she's doing and let us know that she's okay and she's doing what she do because girl, that's what she want to do. So to each his own. All right. But anyway, bye bye. Before I get off here, I want to show y'all this little. I want to show y'all something. Okay. So y'all know we've been shoot. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I gotta get this thing off of Lil Tia, off of Lady Tia's thing so I can show y'all this. I want y'all to see this. Okay, so Dane Calloway, y'all know I be having to cut it down. Dane Calloway put this post on his I don't know where the post is from, but he I found it on YouTube, right? And it says that isn't it odd that um our own people brag about knowing how to kill each other, but they won't know how to survive if all the grocery stores were permanently closed. And I found this real interesting because I feel like he's saying this because y'all know we got a whole lot going on in this country right now. Inflation is at an all-time high. The food supply chains are getting disrupted. And even now, you can see a little bit if you're paying attention that some of the grocery stores are out of some items and stuff like that. So I felt this quote. I was really feeling what he was talking about in this cause of what's going on right now. Okay, we know the COVID is getting worse again, and things are starting to disappear off the shelves again, like they did at first when the pandemic first started. So what would happen, worst come to worst, because things are getting worse in this country. What would happen? Would you know how to survive if the grocery stores permanently closed? Do you know how to fish? Do you know how to grow your own food? Etc., etc. But in the meantime, in between time, we brag about killing each other and knowing how to kill each other, and on and on. And I'm talking about real world things. Would you know how to survive if all the grocery stores closed permanently? So I just felt like that was very interesting, and I just want to share that with y'all because, like I said, the food supply chains, they've been talking about it for a while. Um, yeah, I don't have nothing against Trish either, Tropical Punch. I really thought she was having a manic meltdown. Hey, Spiller Boy. I really did, but she say she cool, so child, I'm cool with her if she cool with herself. You know what I mean? And so like Jill said, some will be lost and starving. I have to agree with that. I have to agree. But that's just kind of like an eye opener, and I want to share that with you guys. Okay, because it's something to think about. And I want to share that with you guys. Uh yeah, before I got up off of here. You know. And so yeah, but I'm glad to know, Trish. Thanks for coming up and letting us know that you're doing well and you're being very strategic in your commentary. I appreciate it. Okay. And so, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. And I want y'all to enjoy the rest. Y'all, we coming up on 2 hours. I'll be trying to cut this thing down. And just let me say thank you for everybody that hit the link today. Lady Tia, Houston Bread, Heat Wave, Shush Trish. I dropped my link. On site April was gonna click the link, and I guess I took too long to drop the link, and she done went on about her day, honey. But I'm sure she'll go back and listen to the replay. You know what I mean? But I want to read this. Hoodoo says, I'm from the South. I guess we different. I was canning right when I first found your channel, Liddy. And telling you what I got from the farmers market. I remember, Hoodoo. You're absolutely right. But yeah, that's the reason why I asked that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for appreciating this live. But I hope we learned something today. And I really want to close with that post from Dan Calloway, because it's something to think about, because it seems like things are going from bad to worse in this country, and it's so crazy, but we have to learn how to fend for ourselves, and I hope that a lot of people are thinking about that. Now the stores aren't empty right now, and if you don't know how to do the hunting and the fishing in the big cities, you can't do stuff like that. But now is the time to start stocking up on as many, especially non-perishable goods and things like that. And if you have a deep freezer, you can fill your deep freezer up, and stock up on water, and bandages and all other kind of things you can get from the store, sanitary napkins, things of that nature. Just start stocking up, cause supplies are like I said, the food supply chain is breaking down, and if you go to the store, you'll see how food has doubled, and almost tripled in price. And the reason why is because of inflation. It is the reason why it's because the stores, the supermarkets are not being able to get their items like they should because of food supply chain is breaking down, and meat is like triple the price, But if you have a butcher, you maybe can go to your butcher if you have a butcher shop and get a better price, honestly. But even that's becoming an issue in the stores, especially the big box stores. But anyway, that's right. Time to start planting seeds. It's time to start planting. If you can, time to start stocking up right now. You got a little extra money. You know what I mean? Put you some. Yeah. Heatwave. Please check out the community page about the human zoo. It's a documentary about the human zoo. I hope you guys appreciate that content when we were talking about the human zoos. In reference to the term monkey. I hope you guys appreciate that. I appreciated you guys coming up and having a conversation about it. I also appreciated Sis Trish coming up and saying what she had to say per the title of the video. You guys enjoy your Labor Day. Please give some thought to what it is that I said about, starting to prepare in ahead of time so that you won't be caught off guard. We know that a lot of times, a lot of our people, are left, holding the bag and in shop without resources because we're not paying attention to what's going on in this world right now. And so that's why I wanted to bring that up to mention it to you guys in case you didn't know that the food supply chains are starting to break down. So stop up now on your toilet paper and all non-perishable goods, water, band-aids, those sorts of things, that you feel like you might need in a crunch. You know what I mean? And so yeah, because it can get pretty bad, around here, especially when people feel like they're starving and in dire straits. Okay, And so I really well, we got a troll. I got him out of here quick though. Ooh, that girl is quick on the trial, child. But anyway, let me get out of here. I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for joining me once again. Happy Labor Day if you celebrate the holiday. Happy day off if you wanna, if you wanna do. Thanks for the super chat heat wave. I really appreciate it. I thought I blocked this out of here. I didn't get that one. Thanks for the super chat heat wave. I really appreciate you. I got it. Sorry about that, y'all. Trolls are coming in here, and you know, Tropical says she stay overstocked. I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you, Catilia. But anyway, y'all, yeah, stay safe. I want to highlight that on the way out the door. If you guys wouldn't mind, could you? Oh, and Cloud came up. Thanks, Cloud. Thank you, Cloud, for coming up. Cloud came up too. If you guys wouldn't mind, could you please hit that like button on your way out the door? I would appreciate it. I know I've been sporadic. I've been like live for the past 3 days, child. Okay. And cause stuff keep coming up. But please hit that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you hit that subscribe button, please hit that bell and hit the always to turn on your notifications. Even though a lot of people aren't getting notifications right now, it don't never hurt to hit the notification bell, okay? And don't mind me, honey. I'm not gonna mind at all if you hit that share the video button, okay? I love you guys. I say Houston Bread. Houston Bread came up too, in case I didn't say her. I love what she had to say. I love Houston Bread's commentary. If you guys haven't checked out Houston Bread's channel, please go over and check out her channel and hit that subscribe button. She's trying to make it to 1,000. I think she's got a watch average, but she needs her 1,000 subscribers. And I really like Houston Bread. I like her commentary. She's really non-confrontational, and she really has some really good content, some really good commentary, really good conversations on her channel. And so yeah, I just y'all go over there and check out Houston Bread, okay? If you would. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm kind of bummed because I can't have a cookout today. But like I said, the Delta variant is running rampant in my state, and it's very interesting how the Delta variant is running rampant in pro-Trump states. Maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel about it. And so yeah, I know that's right, Tropical Punch. Don't get caught, with no supplies at all. You know what I mean? She is a very informative young lady. Lady T, I agree. So y'all go check her out. Y'all check out my community wall. There's a couple of good videos that I done posted on the community wall. One was about the human zoo. It's a documentary. And one was the one under that is I posted a video about they found an intact quote unquote slave Bible, and they're talking about that in an article that I found, and they're talking about the difference between the slave Bible and a regular King James version of the Bible. We talked about that yesterday. I mentioned that I had did a video about it a couple of years ago, and I reposted that video on my wall. And it's some good stuff on there. Y'all go check that out. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Be safe. You know what I mean? Stay proud, black people. Okay. Bye bye. Peace.